Who is Zohran Mamdani? Who is Zohran Mamdani? That's a fair question to ask. Just a few months ago, basically nobody outside of Astoria, Queens knew his name. He was a community organizer, a state assembly member, and for most New Yorkers, basically a political nobody. Fast forward to today, after shocking everyone by winning the Democratic primary for New York City mayor, he's now leading the polls and could very well become the next mayor of the biggest city in America. And trust me, this is even bigger than politics. This isn't just exciting because of who he is, but it's exciting because of what he represents. He has a bold vision for New York, which is a wake-up call for the Democratic Party. I mean, you've seen Chuck Schumer, right? And he also represents a powerful symbol for immigrants, Muslim, and working class communities across the country, not just in New York City. But let's break this down. Back in February and March, Mamdani was polling at around 1%. Nobody was betting on him, not even when he was running against established politicians like Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo, or Brad Lander. And in another video, I will tell you why Cuomo would be the worst mayor in the history of New York. So he was running against big names, but Mamdani was on the ground in Queens, the Bronx, Harlem, literally talking to people directly, like everyday New Yorkers, to see what's happening, pretty much doing a pulse check.
You want a photo, brother? Yeah. Yeah, let's take one. Yes, that's me, yes. Yeah, we can take.
And guess what he discovered that the Democratic Party have not been able to figure out to this day? People don't want empty promises or political games. They want results. And they want housing they can afford, stabilize the rent, neighborhoods that feel safe, and a shot at a decent life. That's it. It is that simple.
And I would not be the man that I am without that education. And I know that is the case for so many children, across so many schools, for so many years.
So instead of overthinking it, Mamdani listened. And that simple act flipped the race. Have you seen Cuomo anywhere? Cuomo has not had any interaction with people and even with the media. And for the media, unless he was in a controlled environment, he didn't really give chance to reporter to ask him any question that would throw him off balance. And this is the part that the media rarely talks about when it comes to Mamdani. Because before he entered the race, Mamdani was already doing his part. He was already doing the work. He helped Black foreclosures in Queens and secured millions of dollars for taxi drivers. He got debt relief for them and stood with immigrants' family long before cameras showed up. Right? And he did all of this while still being relatively low-profile assemblyman. Meanwhile, the Democratic Party, which is still trying to figure out how they lost the 2024 election to our current president, Chuck Schumer, who's so out of touch out here, he's the spokesperson of the Democratic Party. And when you listen to him, you just want to the party elites really seem so out of touch, out of this conversation, don't understand what's happening, can't relate to the people, And it looks like they're not even themselves endorsing Mamdani. This is why New Yorkers have decided to make Mamdani their candidate, because they relate to him, right? And also Mamdani was born in Uganda, in Africa, and he is from Indian origin. So when you talk about multiculturalism, he's literally like the ambassador for so many different layers of our society.
And I will be a mayor who doesn't bow down to corporate interests, doesn't take his orders from billionaires, and sure as hell doesn't let ICE steal our neighbors from their homes.
By asking real questions, he figured out this is what is needed to make change and to bring change in New York City. He connected with people directly, and he didn't just complain about the system. He showed up and he figured out how to beat it. So whether or not he becomes mayor, or because, we don't have a crystal ball, but we can already tell you that Mamdani has already changed the conversation. And that's a win for all of us. Let me know what you think. Is Mamdani the future mayor of New York City? Is he going to make a dent in New York's politics? Or is he just a blip on the radar? Drop a comment, like, share. Don't forget to subscribe to the Mady Cisse Podcast. And we'll talk more about real politics, culture, and life from my lenses. Peace.